Hi guys, and welcome back. So today we're going to get into some questions. I've had two questions already specifically relating to warm-up. So I'm going to address it in two different videos. So the first question I had was, what is the perfect warm-up for a full body workout? So I hate saying it, but the answer depends. Depends on the context of the situation, but I'm going to do my best to explain. So for that, I'm going to bring out my highly scientific board again, just to help explain. So what does a warm-up depend on? Well, it depends on three things. So the three things we're going to talk about are the person's mobility capacity, okay? How intense the exercise it is, and then what specifically is related to the actual task of the workout, and then the specifics of the actual individual, okay? So the first one, guys, think of it like these are continuums. So continuum of mobility means is, for example, how much joint laxity do you have, okay? So typically that's a genetic thing. We're predisposed to either being very tight or very hypermobile. So for example, have you ever been told that you are double jointed, right? Doesn't mean you have two elbows, it just means you have more joint laxity in your joints. And if you're curious to find out if you fall under that category, something called the Beighton Score, which I will put in the show notes, and you can actually look into that and give yourself a self-assessment. So again, typically what you have to figure out or ask your question yourself is, what part of the continuum are you? For me, I'm more on this side of the fence. I'm quite tight, so if you move like the Tin Man, like myself, then you'd be more on this side of the fence. So what that means is, for me to move better or to prepare for a workout, is I need to do more mobility exercises or protocols for me to improve my movement efficiency. Conversely, on the other side, someone that's hypermobile, they would have to do more stability protocols to help them move better for what the tasks they're gonna do. Okay, so that's the first thing. Second thing is the intensity of the exercise. When I say intensity, guys, it doesn't mean, huffing and puffing, puddle of sweat on the floor. It has nothing to do with that. What I'm saying when I say intensity is how taxing is it to the nervous system, meaning related to percentage of 1 rep max, right? So a very heavy lift in regard to your percentage of 1 rep max would be considered quite tasking, right, or intense. Sprinting would be another example, right? That's quite taxing or intense to the nervous system. On the underside of that continuum, or the underside of the fence, would be something that you wouldn't have to warm up much at all for. Tasks such as like a brisk walk outside or doing some yoga, again, you wouldn't need to warm up too much for that as well. And that's why we have a ramp up. So again, in the context of sprinting, well, you wouldn't just go right into a sprint. You would do a certain mobility or jogging, some accelerations, and then you would transition into that sprint. Same thing if you're doing a very heavy lift, where you're not going to go right into your 1 rep max lift. You're going to do a transition of exercises to ramp you up with weight and therefore the intensity, okay? And then the third thing is specificity or specifics of what's the task you're gonna do. For example, let's say you're going to the gym and you're just gonna do upper body that day. Well, your mobility and stability protocols would revolve around improving your movement efficiency of the upper body, right? So we'd put a lot more upper body protocols in there. And then specificity relating to the client, or the person that's training. So for example, you had previous injuries, you'd have opportunities that you would hopefully discover about yourself that you would wanna concentrate more on as well, okay? So where is this all leading to? So what I'm gonna give you guys in my next video, right, which is hopefully getting you guys to come back here, is I'm gonna give you guys a general movement prep or dynamic movement sequence. And this, in my opinion, guys, is something you cannot go wrong with. You could do on a daily basis, and that doesn't matter, hypermobile or not, is everyone can do this protocol. And then what you would do is, once you would have done this sequence, you could branch out to the actual task that you're doing or specifics to what you need to do personally. Okay, so that would be in the next video. Okay, so again, it depends on what the best warm-up is, depends on the amount of mobility or stability you have, okay? Depends how intense the workout is, right? And also it depends on the type of workout that you have coming as well too. Okay, so hopefully that helps answer the question. Just a reminder, guys, if you like this content, please share it. Like my channel or subscribe to my channel, please, and then keep the questions coming as well. So I'll try to help you guys with as much as I can to improve your workouts. Okay, thank you.